Okay, welcome to GLW
Oh, shit.
Perimeter. I am Liono, to my left,
I'm Weekly's Death.
and to my other left.
Ghostblade. Jeez, oh god. Oh,
And
man.
today we actually got quite a few news. Some big ones, Monster Hunter. I finally watched that. WandaVision, what that lined up to for the Marvel series, and then I would say Skate Infinity was actually probably one of the top animes this week out of what we're watching.
Yeah. With
In
what
my
we're
opinion.
able to watch this week.
Yeah. And Ruby wasn't out this week.
On
Rooster Teeth was having issues with VRV. So unless you watched it on their actual page, we weren't able to watch it. So we'll have to try and watch that next week.
should we get out the main meme about Ruby this week?
If you want to say it.
Well, yesterday there was apparently a leak of a shower scene for Ruby, and people were making thumbnails and all this other crap about it. And since the episode got aired, everyone's like, where the fuck is it? And since that's also the main thing of like, where's the episode?
Yeah.
People are just like, well, what the fuck? Who falsified this leak? And then there's like some dude, I forgot his name, I think it's like Andrew or something, that he got shit for, and he's just now claiming everybody needs Jesus.
Trust me, we were all needing Jesus a while back ago.
Yeah.
So just before we get into the topics, a couple of news. After 8 years, Devil has a part-time job. Is finally getting a second season after 8 years. Misfits of Demon Academy is getting a second season. That's finally been confirmed. And then Pacific Rim Black is on Netflix finally. The anime that you me saw on the trailer, the High Rise Invasion, is on Netflix. And then I didn't look too much into movies, but the one that I did see that was pretty interesting was the new Bruce Willis movie called Cosmic Sin, which I just showed you.
Yeah. I'm very interested in it.
Yeah, and after the show today, I'll post the trailer on the page so everyone else can see it.
Yeah.
Because I know you still need to see Premiere.
Nope.
You watched it?
Dude, I woke up early today and I pulled 6.5 hours of just watching all the anime today.
Well, we got you beat because yesterday we watched 14 hours.
Well, that's you. I woke up and I was like, I got to do all this. I've been lazy.
Well, yesterday we watched Digimon Adventures Try, which is 7 movies.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a whole story of, like, after.
I can barely sit down for one movie. You expect me to sit down for 7?
Well, me and Ghost did it,
Yeah.
and trust me, it was, towards the end, it was getting really hard to stay awake. But it's 7 movies after basically everyone's kind of grown up towards their senior year, almost into college, almost adult team, basically. And we kind of get to see one major adventure with them just before everything kind of ends.
Are these movies even canon anymore? Since
They are.
They are.
even though they're basically redoing Digimon, or am I having
Well,
that
This
wrong?
was all before the reboot.
Oh.
Yeah, so this was all before the reboot, so the reboot could lead into these still.
Mm.
And then
If they decide to do it.
Yeah, if they decide to do it. And then I finally watched Monster Hunter.
Finally.
In my opinion, it was good, but we could get to that a little bit later.
I mean, if we're announcing all these movies, we might as well talk about it now.
Well, we could talk about the movies now.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you basically gave an explanation of the Digimon.
Yeah.
Well, just basically what it's about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about movies first.
Since you guys watch all 7 Digimons, that's all y'all.
From 8:30 a.m. to 7:40
Yeah. No.
p.m.
Yeah. That was just the movies alone.
And then we watch all the anime and WandaVision
No.
After we took like a
until midnight.
30-minute break to grab food, and then that was it.
What'd you do? Tell the delivery driver, hey, come to the window. See an arm? Put it there.
No, these these little fuckers went and got it.
Yeah, we actually took like a 30-minute break to go grab the food and come back.
No.
But with Digimon, it was the first 6 movies were basically about a Digimon that had like darkness part of it, and it was infecting other Digimon to kind of go berserk. And as they're trying to figure out the infection, basically towards the end, they finally figured it out, and then had to make the hard decision to fight against it and basically kill her.
Boy, you're just skimming through a lot of shit.
I'm just getting the overall.
You're just saying, okay, you're skimming through the entire movie in such a simple sentence.
They're born in. They see an evil bad guy. They think they're friends. It's over. They fight. Friendship.
Yes, that is basically the entire summarization.
Boom. See y'all next week.
Ouch.
Ouch.
I don't know what that was.
The mic.
That was the mic
headphones
feedback.
towards mic. Terrible feedback, bro.
Me sorry.
But the focus of this whole adventure was a Digimon named Meikumon, who, yes, it was an unknown factor to everybody, and that it was they kept finding about this infections virus that was, it was affecting both digital world and the real world. And so, basically, by the end of the first episode, we basically met a new Digi-Destined that we've never seen before, Mako, and she was the infected Digimon's partner, Meikumon. With the problems that have been, now that they were all grown up, they understood a bit more about. Instead of compared themselves to kids, compared themselves to teenagers in high school, they started to, especially the main protagonist, Taichi. He started seeing more of the effects of when they actually do fight and make these kinds of decisions. Because the majority of the first movie was about the negative effects of the Digimon in the real world. He kept pointing out about the damages that all these battles come, and that was always at the back of their hand.
Because it was like he was seeing the city destroyed, things destroyed, and then his biggest fear was like
people dying.
What happens if it comes to people, and then people actually dying instead of just being injured?
Which led up to a big argument with basically the second protagonist, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. The English name is Matt. It was just the easiest thing to do because we can't remember his
most
Japanese
basic name.
Well, yeah, but we can't remember his Japanese name half the time, so it's like Matt's the easiest thing to remember him by. Hey.
I ain't saying nothing.
So yeah, it was like the only changed name was him, Matt, the whiz kid Izzy.
Yeah, his English name is Izzy.
And Matt's brother TK. Which is kind of funny because his Japanese name is Takeru, so they just took 2 letters of his Japanese name and put TK.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Everyone else is still the same name.
And then we got to see a new Digimon called Alphamon, which is just like a straight black knight Digimon that has no weakness, no nothing. He's just this overpowered Digimon.
And throughout all these movies, we met up with another new Digimon who's on there's this entity called homeostasis. Don't ask me where that name came from. That's what they decided to call it. There's this entity called homeostasis that is all about harmony and stability. And when all this infection shit starts coming around, it wants to fix all this. So homeostasis sends up Digimon named Hackmon. You should really look him up because his voice is fucking amazing, especially for a dub. You should look him up later. And he's basically like the messenger to the humans, telling them what is going on and what needs to be done. He knows about Meikumon and all the infectious virus. But homeostasis just wants to it's a freaking like it's a freaking like big deal. There has to be harmony and peace and stability because they keep fucking mentioning it over and over and over again. He never shuts up about it. But the main group is not gonna fucking accept that because of the decisions that lead up to what has to be achieved for harmony. Honestly, it was just really just of them going on adventures, just trying to figure out what's the virus because like the first half of the movie is on the human world, and then like the second half of the movies are in the digital world, but then go back to human world. It's a whole complication. So basically, just to keep it, I don't want to ramble on about this too long. For the first 3 movies, they're trying to figure out about this virus, and eventually it does start affecting the main Digimon group, and what they have to decide what needs to happen. So it comes down to a conclusion. There's this agent. I actually already forgot her name. The FBI. No, not even FBI. The researcher agent. The woman. Yeah, fuck. She wasn't that important, but she was kind of relevant because she's kind of the cause of like a master plan.
Yeah, because of her, they decided to go to save all the Digimon, including the human world. They decided to do a massive reboot for the digital world. Like
literally, like restarting. Like if you were to restart your computer, exactly like that.
All memories gone, everything gone. And so basically in the second half of the movie series, when they're in the digital world, they're having to they're kind of like reminding them and then trying to like regain their friendship and try and do like what they did in the at the beginning of the series. And then basically towards all that, Taichi, they start to fight her again, but it's just not her, it's Antimon, Chasemon, and Alphamon all fighting together. It's basically, I don't know, would you say Alphamon's like dark?
What do you mean?
Like towards the whole story, like him being evil?
It was never really clarified. I mean, he was working for the Ken. He was always on Ken's side, King Draco's side, basically.
Yeah, so I guess you consider him evil. It's like evil versus good. But Chasemon, he never really picked a side. His whole thing is homeostasis wants balance for both worlds, so I'm kind of just here to do whatever needs to be done.
And King Draco, which actually, did we ever fucking see?
No.
No, we never. King Draco, do you know him? I feel like I should know him. Or is he like a completely new character?
I think he was a whole new character towards this.
I feel like I need to look him up later. This is King Dressel and his forces. They just want destruction of the human world.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. While all of this was happening, Meikumon, the infected one, even though the reboot happened, Meikumon didn't lose her memories of her partner, Mako. But the thing is, though, they started to realize that the longer she's away from her partner, Mako, the more upset and more dangerous she gets. Like, that was the whole point of her being partner. Like, as long as she's with her, she's calm and, like, not...
relax, and she's fine.
And then as soon as she loses sight of her, like, she starts, freaking out. She goes into her dark mode and just starts wreaking havoc. And that was the whole point of the big main four fight. Like, they were just trying to, it was just trying to come down to the conclusion that Meikumon needs to just die for all this to be fixed. But the Digi-Destins, they just didn't want that to happen. Friendship, well, we don't just sacrifice anybody.
And then it finally came down to the point to where, because Tai died, they were still trying to figure out a way to save her with everybody. And then, because of story plot, Tai shows up at the last minute, because he didn't die.
Whoa. That's like basically at the end, though.
We're basically towards the end.
We're basically like 2 movies before that happens. Look, yes, Tai. It was shown that Tai basically died, and then his sister. You didn't even mention his sister, Kairi. she as soon as she assumes that he's dead, she goes all dark mode, and that which affects her Digimon Gatomon, for the sake of your sanity, Gatomon, and she turned into like this dark version of her Angeamon, which I'm assuming is what it was.
Yeah, it was just a dark version. I don't know the actual name of it. I would have to look it up.
And basically, as soon as she turned that dark version of Angie on, Kairi was just mad. Like she just did not give a shit anymore. And then she fused with Meikumon. And so when you put those two together, you just create this abomination of destruction. Because that's literally what it was. Like even the presence around her was just being all evaporating around her. I just gave her a little. Oh, she's a god of destruction at that point.
Yeah.
Literally purple aura. Everything around her is just evaporating. It's like, oh, that's exactly what she is. And she just turns like this gigantic, like fucking wingspan of like 10, 20 football stadiums.
Yeah, probably.
It got crazy. So while all of that was happening, Taichi assumed that the rest of the Digidestineds go back to the human world, trying to stop God, what did they even call it? The fusion of both of them. I
don't know. It was a really long name.
Yeah, I did not even pay attention to his fucking name.
I paid attention, but with the name being as long as it was, I couldn't even really pronounce it without butchering it.
We just call it the fusion.
Fusion.
Well, I mean that's what it is.
It was basically the fusion of Gatomon's evil form and Meicumon's just basically fused together to make this giant, weird-looking female Digimon.
And so they all go back to the human world, and they're trying to stop this thing, but it's all ineffective. Like nothing is working on it. It isn't until Izzy starts to when Homeostasis and Hackmon, they came to the conclusion of this fusion, like they caught up to it. They're like, we can't stop this. Not even Hackmon's Mega Evolution is Jesmon, which was also in the fight before the fusion started. He said like he couldn't stop this, so Homeostasis thought it would be a good idea to reboot the human world. So they wanted to do another reboot to save humanity, but at that process, what would they say was going to happen? Like, it wasn't going to destroy the humans, but it was going to like shut down every digital and electrical system in the whole world.
It would basically almost take him back to the Stone Age.
Basically, just one small sacrifice just to destroy this thing. But once again, Digidestineds, no, they don't want any part of that. So Izzy trying to figure out like how can we fix this without the fucking reboot. And so we came to the conclusion that the fusion of both of them, they still had memories of their original selves. Like there was still a way to get them apart and regain their consciousness. So what had to have happened was Mako had to be the one to figure out. Mako had to be the one to figure out where are Meikumon's memories to get them both to just calm down and actually fix this. They were able to, with the help of Mako and a backup server that actually kept all their memories from before the first reboot. Like Meikumon actually kept the memories of all of them. So Mako figured it out. Like there was a password and everything that she figured out. And so as soon as she restored memories of everybody, they got Gatomon off the fusion, but Meikumon was still in there. But it was weakened. Well, actually no, it actually got stronger. They actually didn't get weaker. It got stronger, but like they only even though they stopped it with like 11 seconds left before the second reboot started, they had to stop it from still evaporating the world. Then that is until Taichi actually comes in at the last freaking minute to finally put a stop to this fucking fusion. And then we get we get their what's the name of it? Animon.
Yeah, then we get on the fusion of Antimon with War Greymon and Metagarurumon together.
I'm sorry whoever's watching this, because my explanation then can be shit. We're trying to explain something like 6 movies long, and then we haven't even talked about the last fucking movie.
Yeah. Basically, when they fused, Antimon took the power of the other Digidestins, became like this holy Digimon because he grew wings. His capes turned into wings. All of his, like, the parts that looked like they could come apart, everything split with blue light, like a blue light glow, kind of like a Gundam unicorn. Mm-hmm. It's the best way to explain it. He splits, and then he completely turns pale white with the blue outline detail. And he just completely slices the fusion together, like, apart. It just demolished. Even Tai was like, he didn't want to do it, but it was literally becoming the only option to do. So
at the end of the day, they couldn't save Mekumon. They just couldn't.
Basically, towards that, after that happens, 6 months pass. It's Christmas. Tai calls. Oh,
the girl?
Yeah.
Mako.
Yeah, he calls Mako, trying to talk to her, having a hard time, like he's stuttering and everything. And basically just trying to say, we'll be there as friends, this, that, and the other, if you ever need a friend to talk to. And then episode 7 comes in, or movie 7. The 7th movie comes in after that, and it's like...
It's like 3 or 4 years after the events of movie 6.
Yeah, we could say, like, safety-wise, 2 to 3, because Japan's legal age to drink is 19. Because they were actually drinking in this one. Like, Tai and Matt was actually at a restaurant drinking beer, having food, and talking.
They were like, the last were like they were in high school, and now they're in college, and some of them are in college. Actually, some of them, like Joe, was already like a doctor already by this point.
And Izzy's a president to his friend's company that he was helping out with the server internet area. He's already the president of the company. Like
Mimi's like
a
fashion designer company.
Sora.
What was Zora doing?
Sora was like a flower designer. What are they called actually?
A florist?
Yeah, she was that.
Was she? I mean, I know she was handling
like we didn't really see her work until the post credits where we see photos of everybody. Everyone else. I think the 2 youngest ones were still in high school.
Yeah, they were still in school.
And then we also got to see the second group. They were kind of like traveling and using the Digi teleporter to travel to New York and stuff and kind of see the world because they were on summer break technically. For them.
This is during a time period where Digimon was actually well known to the world by this point. Like,
and they were actually being accepted for what they were. But the last fight that Tai and Matt was in with their Digimon, a timer shows up. And basically what
Whoa, man, you forgot the whole plot, the main reason why that's happening in the first place. Hold on. Slow down. You're forgetting. Hold on. Before we even get to the whole of that, okay. It came to the point that Matt and Tai were trying to figure out their future lives, and being all like drama. It's like, oh my god, what am I gonna do with the future? They got meet up, and then there started being reports of people going unconscious. Remember that? Well, you're forgetting the whole plot, like the whole main reason they even went to the fight and everything. And so people are started going unconscious for no reason, out of nowhere. They got together to Izzy to try to figure out what is happening. And so these 2 Digimon researchers came to them, trying to explain to them like why is this happening. And they found like this has been happening globally around 300 people already been unconscious in a coma. They came to the conclusions that there was a pattern All these people that were in a coma unconscious were Digi-destined people. People who still have Digimon or who have lost Digimon before. Because, and this is where we'll get to that. Because apparently, when you start to get older, when you start growing up, and you start having your I guess your purpose in the world, you have a future. You actually lose your partner Digimon, and so they found out a plan that there was this, they need to get back their conscious data back because there's the victim so far, the culprit was this Digimon called Eosmon, named after goddess of Eos.
Yeah.
God Eos.
It was a Greek god.
Yeah, it was some kind of Greek passed down to like they were all pointing a hand. He's the culprit. Like they need to capture, destroy him to get the conscience back. So they go. Izzy, Matt, Taichi, and TK went to a virtual world trying to stop him. And at first it was working, but then when Brian points out, Matt, when they fuse again their Animon, it wasn't a successful fusion.
Well, it was. They're about to do the final blow, and then that's like they just instantly defused.
That's when the D timer started, which is actually kind of weird to me now that we're actually talking about it, because the way the Digimon researcher, what was her name again?
There was too many.
She's
names.
Like the most important one. Oh my god. It was like with an M, like Menno, something like that. Oh my god. It started with like a freaking M. She's like literally the most important fucking character.
Hold on.
Come on!
Trying to find the actor. If you think you can find it faster than me, then here you go.
Fuck no, I don't want to open this thing.
Okay. Give me a second. But just go ahead and keep going.
Basically, when the timer came on, she was trying to explain to Taichi and Matt that what I just said before. As soon as you keep getting older and older, you start because explained that at the beginning of their partnership, it's about the bond, the friendship, that there's endless possibilities and potential. But as soon as you get older, that potential and possibilities just keep shrinking, and it actually gets easier to break the bonds. So that timer that started now was an actual timer. It's like your time is running out. You're about to, as soon as it was a chain circle. And it's like it looked like every hour, 2 hours, like it kept breaking off. So as soon as that line was gone, that's it. The Digimon just vanished. She was explaining that to him and why they unfused so out of nowhere. And
that was it.
I don't know. That's all you.
What you got?
He thinks he found it.
Is it with an M?
Yeah.
Wait, which one? No. Oh.
Well, whatever her name was.
I'm just gonna call her Mene. No. It's what's sounding wrong to me because it was with an M. It was a weird name. I'm just gonna Mene. Yeah, let's just go with Mene.
Remember when I said about notes?
Boy, it was a fucking marathon. You really think the notes are gonna be the first thing on my mind? We gotta get that. We had to get that shit done, man. Fuck the notes.
But she's basically going over everything, and then as Matt's trying to spend time with Agumon, or not Matt, Ty's trying to spend time with Agumon, Matt's investigating her bodyguard because he was kind of acting suspicious. No one was really looking out after her. Matt finds out information, Ty finds out information, Izzy. But while all this is going on, we get a scene with Mimi, and her conscience gets taken. So she's in the hospital. Everyone meets up. Well, Izzy, Ty, and Matt meet up with Joe because Joe was her doctor, and Matt's kind of explaining to them what they found, or what he's found, because he was suspicious of the bodyguard.
And he also asked the help of the second group to get research on both of them.
Because they said they were from New York. That's where they did a lot of their main research, so all their information would be there. And then while that's going on, Izzy gets a message about TK and
Kyrie,
Ty's sister,
who was a video that they were like tied up. They got kidnapped.
Yeah, and then by the time they both got to them, their conscience were already taken also. And so like everyone's conscience was slowly being taken at this point, and that's also when Matt found out her bodyguard was actually technically an FBI agent, and he's been working with her to trying to like prove that everything that's going on with the Digidestined has been her.
He was getting close, but he couldn't find any real evidence, and that wasn't until Mane actually met up with Izzy, all unexpected and suspicious, and Izzy started connecting the dots himself. It's like, why is this happening? Why is she here? And then he figured out that she was the actual mastermind behind all this.
Yeah, and we kind of get her backstory too, because she was so smart that she was skipping grades, and because she was succeeding so fast, she actually caused her own Digi countdown to where she lost her Digimon.
She used to be a Digidestined as a kid.
And that's kind of the whole reason towards what she did.
Her plan, basically, because she lost her Digimon, basically her whole plot is that she doesn't want any of these other Digidestineds to feel this pain and misery of losing your Digimon. So she's been collecting all their consciousness and building them this fantasy world for them to thrive in, so that you never have the feeling like you're like always in your perfect world with your Digimon.
Yeah.
Like that's her whole thing.
Mm. And then while that happens and they try to get back to Izzy, they find Izzy's gone, and the FBI helps them get into the digital, or not digital world, basically the internet space, to where she was keeping everyone at like their self-conscious with their Digimon and stuff. When they found that, we get this whole debate between, do we want to fight? And because if they fight, they speed up the count. It just speeds it up, and they tend to go faster. Or
just surrender and
just have our self-conscious with our Digimon forever. So that whole debate was going on. And Agumon and
Garurumon. Or Gabumon.
Gabumon.
Yeah,
There we go.
They were
Gabumon. Kind of like snapped them out. Was like, we would rather fight and save everybody instead of being trapped. So for once, instead of it always being the Digidestined, we actually see the Digimons actually stepping up for once. It was just like, we need to do this, and then Matt and Ty were like, all right, you know what? We rather do this because this is right, regardless of what maybe would happen. So we get into the whole fight, and then as they're fighting, it gets down to the point to where what was it? They basically had to run off for a second and then kind of like regroup. But as they were regrouping, we got to see the second Digidestineds that we get to that we follow in the series. We get to see them fight in New York and protect everyone out on the real world. But it wasn't just them. Like, we were kind of get to see like all the Digidestineds and all their Digimon And to me, that was actually kind of like a cool montage of everything. Because
she was coming down to the plan that she
was just going to take everybody. It wasn't even going to be
just random.
Yeah.
She was just she was coming down to her final plan. And before we go on, I forgot to mention this Eosmon that was the first culprit. This Eosmon is actually an artificial Digimon created by her, and it basically in her mind, it will start out to be a sign of her original Digimon. Like it was like a sign from the gods saying that, oh, here's this Digimon who can help you realize your plan. And so she created this Digimon, Eosmon, because she thought it was a solution. Like she was gonna actually fulfill her plan. What am I saying?
No, that's pretty much all of it.
Okay. Well, as soon everyone was fighting, they were getting down to her. It looked like it was going to go down, but then something happened. Something happened that she basically with all her cloned Eosmon, like she made hundreds of the Eosmon like clones. So what is happening now for the last final attempt to make this work? She gathered them all up and she basically fused them all together and herself into like this ultimate being of like I can't even describe it. It's like I don't want to say destruction, but it was an overpowered Digimon, and they were now Ty and Matt were just getting their asses kicked.
And basically went back into the fusion, fought with the fusion, and
then even that wasn't working.
Dude, like Antimon got sliced, arm got cut off, cannon got cut in half, leg got cut off. Went in as he went flying as like a spear. Arm got cut off, and then they defused at that point. And then Ty saw the whistle around his sister's neck that she used to wear. And that whistle's come in clutch a lot of times to wake up everybody or to kind of just like tell where everyone was at.
The whistle.
And
the whistle of friendship. That's basically what it was. The whistle of friendship.
No, so he blows the whistle to the point to where it wakes up everybody, including the Digidestineds that were in there. They all decide to fight, so they all fight. And then, as this was going on, Tai, Matt, Agumon, and Gurumon all talked and was like, all right, we're going to go into our final form. And we get it like these...
Like, the Digimon accepted their disappearance. Like, they're willing to sacrifice themselves and their friendship to actually win. And so it led up to this final evolution, which is like the name of the movie, the last evolution. And we just got this whole new evolution, never before seen.
No name, no nothing. Like, this is surpassed Mega.
Like, we didn't even know what they're called. Like, I'm for sure there's something online on what they're called.
I've already looked.
You already looked?
There's no name for these two Digimons. None at all. Nothing.
Wow.
Nada.
Okay, so these two powerful new Digimon, no names. Like, they were strong. Like, it came down to like the typical, ending of a fight. Teamwork and power beat the bad guy.
Right.
Like this best samurai is like any other anime movie, action movie. And so even though they win, at the end of the day, their countdown they come to an end, and they both Taichi and Matt they lose their Digimon, but they accepted it. Well, loosely accepted it.
Yeah, because it just kind of happened because they were talking. They're like tomorrow, and then it goes into like a wide shot where everyone's just gone.
In the middle of a conversation, it was so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So heartbreaking. They were talking about tomorrow, and then next shot gone. It's like, just stabbed me in the heart. But they just accepted and moved on with their lives. I mean, they just grew up. And in terms of the other, all the Digidestined, they all got their consciousness back, and they all just moved on with their lives, basically.
Yeah. So, real quick, before we move on to the next movie.
Oh my God, how long was that?
Pretty long.
Oh
Your sister was
40 minutes.
asking when we were going to watch the Demon Slayer movie.
We already did, Steph. We already did. Demon Slayer. Oh, Demon Slayer. I was thinking of Goblin
I was
Slayer.
about to say, I thought
I was thinking of Goblin Slayer. Oh my God. I
was about to get mad because I'm still trying to catch up on Demon Slayer.
I'm trying to figure out when the movie is going to come out on DVD.
I was thinking of Goblin Slayer because they both have Slayer in the fucking name. Steph, sis, if it ever comes down in theaters over here, I mean, I'll watch it right away, but...
Oh, yeah.
I think we all will.
Yeah, I honestly did debate on coming here to do the podcast to sit at home and watch the rest of Demon Slayer, where I am. I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta do the podcast, but I'm on episode 7 of Demon Slayer, and I watched 4 episodes in a row. Damn it. I gotta choose which one. That's why I texted you.
It gets you sucked in.
Yeah, that's why I texted you. I was like, are we doing it today, or is that tomorrow? And when you said yeah, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, because my coworker, he started watching Jujutsu Kaisen, got about like 6 episodes in, then started watching Demon Slayer, decided to finish Demon Slayer before he finished Jujutsu Kaisen. So, Demon Slayer is really good, and it's kind of frustrating me that the movie's not out yet.
Yeah.
Well, technically,
it's
well,
out.
It's out, but it's not here in the U.S.
It's pulling the usual fucking BS.
Last thing I heard,
it's got to travel over the ocean to us. Like what?
Last thing I heard was this, last February, there were showtimes in Australia and some other country.
Yeah. So the next movie was Monster Hunter.
Oh boy. We just
let it all out.
We basically talked that for 40 minutes.
Ron fucking Perlman. When I saw that, I was like, all right, 10 out of 10. I'm gonna fuck. You got the Resident Evil chick. You got Ron Perlman. Done. 10 out of 10. Where's the 5 stars?
You're saying that was the highlight of the movie, just Ron Perlman.
Well, I mean, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I think of her as the Resident Evil girl, which I know is awful, but
Alright, I can look up her name real quick as you talk.
But seeing Ron Perlman threw me so far. It's I didn't know he was in here, and of course they pulled the typical military BS of oh, it's different, shoot it. And okay.
That does get annoying when they have to bring in the whole trope with the military and all that.
Yeah.
It worked fine here at the beginning.
Mila Jovovich. All right, Mila.
Mila?
Oh, that's who played the main chick, so.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying she did a terrible job. She did an awesome job, 10 out of 10. I just probably won't ever remember her name all the time. Because, I mean, these people who's
I usually remember actors by what they played, so.
Yeah, I
don't
can't
feel
do
bad.
That. I have a hard time just remembering their characters, but what I did like about this movie, without going too far into it, is I do think they could have gotten better weapons. The bow was kind of lame. They couldn't have used other weapons.
Yeah.
In there, they also have the long sword.
They kind of start showing all the weapons towards the end.
Towards the end, yeah, but they got Monster Hunter World's got so many cool weapons. I was happy to see the dual blades.
Not enough of a budget.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately, the budget probably had a major thing to play in, and they're probably we don't want to try and show too much in too little time.
Just imagine how much animation they have to do for each fucking weapon. So yeah, I don't think the budget.
The main thing that threw me off, and mostly I thought this guy was done acting, was they had T.I. in it.
Yeah.
I thought he was done acting. I was watching it with a couple other people, and they all thought he was done acting.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in anything in a while, so.
Well.
Because I forgot who he was until my brother said something. He was like, yeah, that's T.I. I was like, who?
Apparently he was in prison. I didn't know this.
Oh.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, when they said that and they said it really impacted his acting, and then I looked up his previous stuff. I was like, yeah, he kind of changed a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
in
a I don't care way, kind of, to me.
Yeah. For me, with the movie, what really kind of frustrated me was not seeing the pet. Like they had the chef.
Oh, the Palicos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they had the chef, but they didn't have the pet.
It wasn't that big of a turnoff. Like I
wasn't,
I wasn't like screaming for them to show up.
Well, no, I wasn't screaming. It was a little disappointing because it's one of those like major things towards the Monster Hunter world.
And not that big of a relevant.
The part I find is a major improvement, and you can agree with me on this, is the handler. The handler does not talk at all. Holy fuck, she's annoying in the game. Don't forget to hit the weak point. You can take the tail off for extra resources.
Oh, her?
Yeah.
Dude, I know.
Don't forget the resources.
She didn't talk.
Oh, you could get more resources if you capture it.
This is what, actually, now that we're pointing her out, did she die?
No.
Did she not die? Because there was like a shot of like, with the Rathalos.
Yeah, she got knocked out, but
she didn't die. Okay.
It's basically like a law in that world to like protect your handler.
Yeah, basically. It was a weird shot to me. I honestly thought she died. Just because of the way it was shot.
I kind of laughed when we got to see the chef because of the main protagonist is kind of like her the look that she had on her face when the cat showed up.
Oh,
that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they did do a lot of good with keeping how accurate it is with the game, because like I did notice that the main, I don't remember what they called him in that world. The main guy that was with her, he was wearing basically like the default armor. He had all the default stuff, and it was just basically that.
Yeah. Well, like it was just, to me, it was overall good. I would probably say a 9 out of 10. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10.
I wouldn't give it a 9 out of 10. I would give it like a 7. Because there were still some things to me that it was still, I mean, I know game movie, it's going to be cringe and corny in the first place.
And it's going to be highly compared with the other movies.
Exactly.
Or not other games.
Well, my thing was, because I would have liked to see it, but even though it wasn't really that big of a relevant, would have been the pet. I would have liked to see a little bit more of the fantasy fighting with the weapon style. Mm-hmm. And depending on the weapon they used, because I kind of felt like that was missed.
Well, I mean,
to an extent.
Yeah, budget could be a thing, but like Monster Hunter World has like the most over-the-top weapons, and they don't even have to be weapons like the Gunland.
Well, they kind of pick bad weapons. The dual blades, they're not really like flashy.
They're not flashy, but they can do the other stuff. Like what they call the staff with the dual ends that you can basically hop around.
The insect glaive.
Yeah,
they did show in the end, but it did look goofy just because of what he actually did pole vault it up, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, he did pole vault it, and then the energy burst, and then it made him fly up instead of it just being jumped.
I know they tried, but it still looked goofy.
Hey, towards the end, it did look goofy. I will give it to you that, but like, I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10, but it's definitely a good movie.
The main reason, even though I think it has 2 great actors, and it was probably the most accurate compared to a game in like 10 years, I'll give that benefit of the doubt, because I don't remember the last 10 years of game movies. The only thing I did not like about it was the military aspect of it, because it did play out like a basic military movie.
To an extent, yes.
And then
that was mostly towards the beginning.
In the beginning, and then at the end, it was the same thing, which I don't really blame it. The same thing. You see a fucking dragon, you gonna shit your pants or take a picture.
It almost, with that whole thing, it almost kind of did remind me of what was that old dragon movie called? The one where the dragons took over the world?
The fuck? Live action?
Yes.
The fuck?
Live action dragon movie.
The only thing that's coming.
It was like.
The only thing that's coming to the top of my head, movie.
It's not like Rage. It was like something, Ring of Fire or something like that.
The only thing that's coming to the top of my head that's live action was Aragon. You ever remember Aragon?
Yeah, I remember Aragon.
Is it that? No, it's not that.
No, it's not that. Hold on.
I'm strangely thinking Harry Potter, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's definitely not that.
I got what did you guys think of the monsters? Like they're
actually
the
very
main
well.
part.
Even though they were like limited, they were still good. Like we only saw the
did.
Diablos, the Rathalos.
Region of Fire.
I don't remember what they called the.
Region of Fire? Never heard of it.
Yeah, I
Came
never
out
heard
in
that.
2002.
Yeah, no.
And it's basically a movie about dragons that take over the world. And then, like, there's, like, a small group of people that survived. And
Why do they look like Final Fantasy characters?
just the way it was designed. But they try to basically fight against the dragons.
Did it even do well?
I got a 6.2 out of 10.
Average.
Yeah.
It was decent for what it was. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was decent for what it was.
How many monsters were even in this movie? I
Besides,
can only think of 3.
There was 2
Well,
at the beginning.
there was the 2 main ones, Diablos and Monsters, but then we had like the side monsters that
You had your spider, you had the
I felt like the spider was like the main point at a certain.
that was like the main
time.
point, like at the beginning.
Yeah.
But probably in total we probably saw like 10 different monsters, maybe 6.
The wildlife, like we saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oasis
I wasn't
and
counting the wildlife, honestly. I know they're there, but I was like.
Well, like
I recognize some of them. I just can't remember the names.
Well, like me, I was kind of getting annoyed towards the mid because I was like, if these are the only 2 monsters, I'm going to be like severely pissed about this.
Oh my god, I forgot about the monster at the end. Oh damn it! And I can't.
I
say
don't
the name
recognize it. I didn't
recognize it either.
I want to say it, but fuck you. We are going to get demonetized off YouTube if I say the name.
Why? Is it one of like those old monsters?
It's one of the old monsters that people like interpret.
What do you mean? Interpret
Like, oh, use the hard N. I ain't saying it. But
is it because of the way the face looks?
No. The monster. Fuck. I ain't saying. I'll remind you guys after the podcast. I ain't getting shit for this, and we ain't getting a fucking demonetized thing on our freshly new YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So I'll save the trouble.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize it because I'm like, I've never seen
Well, he was in there for like a frame, and then they just said, all right, fuck it, let's kill it. I want to wear it.
Yeah, I don't doubt
Honestly, I just like the Diablo's design.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the scream always gets me. It's like, oh my god.
the Diablos was good, and then the dragon at the end was very well designed.
Yeah.
Well, for Monster Hunter, I would definitely say it's a watch.
No, you know what? The one thing that kept pissing me off towards the end was Ron Perlman's character's weapon.
The axe?
No, here's the thing. It looks like a switch axe, but he keeps using it like a fucking charge blade. That's what was pissing me off. I'm like, wait a minute, a switch axe doesn't do that, but it's literally shaped like a switch axe. But he keeps doing all these moves, and it does his ultimate move, like the one where he slams it with that energy wave. That's a charge blade thing. Oh, that's why I was getting pissed. I'm like, what the fuck is this? They're not even getting the fucking weapons right.
If you want to know why he's getting so angry, guess what his main weapon was?
Anywho.
Yes, the fucking charge blade. My god.
Premiere.
It was pissing me off.
It's okay. We'll have Monster Hunter Rise in about a week, right? Is it a week or 2 weeks? I know it's this month.
Yeah, no, it is next week. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Or the 19.
We need to go pre-order it. Or are you getting it digitally? Yeah.
I'm getting digitally.
Fucker.
What the fuck you want from me?
So the next one's gonna be Premiere.
Promare.
Or Promare.
Promare, you young cultural swine.
I'm sorry.
I had all this chance to watch it, boy.
I watched it this morning.
Oh, okay. Well, look at you.
That was like the first thing I did. I got on. I saw the problem I had last week. I was
why
like,
didn't you say something?
I did.
I did.
I'm sorry. That me and him were building the setup, and I said it.
Did he tell you?
Yes. I asked
and
did
you
he watch it.
And you don't fucking
He
tell
asked me while
because I even pulled the movie out of the list just in case if he didn't, so he could take it home and watch it.
Yeah.
Don't tell me shit.
You were sitting right there. You were like in arm's reach of me.
What are you talking about?
Anyways,
it's made by 2 incredible directors of
Yes.
animes that we've liked. I will say right now, it is not an anime to take seriously.
no, hell no.
No.
I actually went in with this anime with an open mind because I remembered how Kill la Kill was.
Fuck, I went in and was like, I want seriousness, and then I got this. I was like, all right, this is still good. I did. Did you guys get a lot of Gamagori vibe off the Colonel?
Yes.
And the main dude?
Even with the fighting.
Yeah.
Honestly, the first like beginning fight and everything, it was hard, it was a little hard to watch just because of the colors they were using.
When you told me that, I was on the lookout for that.
I told you like it was gonna be for me. It was a little hard because of the colors they were using and everything.
Yeah, I had to I made the mistake of watching in the dark, and then fuck, my eyes were hurting. I had to pause it, wait a minute, and then turn on the lights to actually follow the colors in the beginning.
But then it settled down later on.
It did. It was just there was no fucking warning like how there should be. All I got was triangles and squares everywhere in the first minute. And I was like, what the fuck? That's my warning? Where's the signal? Triangle. Square, fucker. Flashlights.
I freaking love their vehicles.
Their mechs?
No, the
fire trucks.
The fire rescues vehicles and shit. Like the chief is a muscle car, and that combined
always a fucking muscle car.
Hey, they're the best.
Exactly, and the combined fire truck. I'm like, man, I want a statue of that shit. I love that shit. And the mechs, they look pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Freaking amazing design and how they utilize them too.
When we got to the main character's mech, I was like, yeah, this is so from the other anime.
Yeah. Just
the way it was and just the overall design, I was just like, come on.
Shit, I forgot to do something. I'm assuming I know the answer to this. What version you guys watch this in, Japanese or English?
I watch in Japanese.
Oh, you fucker. I already know your answer.
Well, I watched it in English, and then I actually took a day to where I watched it in Japanese just because I wanted to see if there was anything really different.
Yeah.
Some of the fights was a little different, and then some of the conversation was dialogued a little different, but it was almost practically the same.
Yeah. I wanted to look this up, and I forgot to.
Actually, now that you mention it, we did watch all those Digimons in dub, though.
Yeah.
Shit, that surprised the fuck out of me.
So that's not surprising out of me.
Well, because it was good dub. I was I grew up with
good dub.
Yes, it was it's good. I watched Digimon since the very beginning, only dub. That's how I remembered it.
You gave us so much shit for My Hero Academia.
Yeah, because it's not from the oldies. My God.
He's used to watching Japanese.
Yeah, I know.
We used to watch it in English so we can actually enjoy it and know what the hell's going on.
I don't want to fucking read all the time. Especially in this anime. Fuck, there was a lot of reading.
Dude, when it came to Digimon, I was like, I didn't say anything, but I was like, I'm watching this in English because I'm not going to read 7 movies.
Even I know I wasn't going to do that.
Only reason why I bring this up because I feel like, and I did watch this in English, I feel like the main character, they got the voice actor from the English dub of Kill la Kill, the samurai guy.
I think they did, because they did sound familiar.
That was Sam. Hell, the way he freaking attacks and moves around, his mech was actually pretty good resemblance to that guy.
His tone just kept giving it away for me. I'm actually going to look that up on here.
Yeah, what did you think of the design for the the Infernos is what they were calling them? The people with the fire abilities?
They call them Mad something. Mad Infernos.
Mad Burnists.
Mad Burnists, yes.
Yeah. What did you think of their design when it came to the 3?
Nothing really caught my eye that much.
I felt like... I do feel like some of... The main guy mech with the heel legs, I feel like that's kind of overused, honestly.
Yeah. It kind of is. I guess what did you think of the overall plot? Because to me, it just kind of felt...
It caught me off guard a couple times.
Other than the few caught off guards, it almost just kind of felt generic, because it's just we've seen it so many times. Person saves me, I trust this person, and he backstabs me, and then I decide to free whatever that's going towards, and then doing a main fight against him, and then winning kind of thing.
It's just your typical plot twist villain. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
It was good overall because it was kind of funny how they used, instead of water, they were always using ice instead.
Yeah. I
thought it was cool and I thought it was kind of funny. Because there were some points where it was like really cheesy.
Yeah. There's a lot of cheesy moments in this movie. Fuck, I'm going to have to look this up another time because Google's not working with me. Fuck. The main problem I had with this movie was the ending. Like the ending-ish of the last battle.
Okay.
Wait. Like, after the battle's done?
No, not after the battle. During the last battle.
Okay.
The main bad guy, basically...
The governor?
Yeah, the governor was doing all this random shit with his mech that was so special. And he did one ability that made no sense to me why he did it, that could easily save the Earth, because the Earth was like...
And they kept pointing out, like, why don't you just use that?
Yes. that was my biggest problem, is like, he kept saying there was no solution to saving the Earth. He said that so fucking repeatedly, and he also said he wanted to colonize the important people to another planet, which is the most basic shit ever. And he basically came up with a weapon of how to fix it, and he was the Inferno himself.
Yeah.
And he was saying, like, it can't work underneath the fire. It's like, well, can't you fucking keep blasting down there? And all that shit. It was just like, okay.
At that point, the governor was just hell-bent on the whole...
leaving Earth. And
yeah,
he was a dick.
He was.
He fucking killed so many people, and then I felt sorry for the main guy, Gallows, I think his name was, if I can remember right.
Yeah, it was Gallows.
Whenever he said, I fucking hated you. It was like, I always hated you. I just kept trying to fucking throw you in the woods, and the wolves kept bringing you back like they don't want your ass. Like, what the fuck? I thought you were in death's door, and you come back. You little bitch.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess overall it was actually pretty good, though.
Yeah, I do feel like how many people was there? 4 or 3 main firefighters were underused, honestly.
They were.
Like the science girl, the glasses, blue-haired dude, which was obviously kill the main nerd guy who was always hacking shit. You had the big dude that I think his name was said once. I only remember him like in 2 scenes. Really.
Yeah, and then the chief.
The chief like had more roles than anybody. I felt like the most underused character was definitely the mad scientist. The rat had more scenes than her.
Yeah. Well, like, it's funny because you got Gallows and then you got the hot chick, which were basically the main 2.
Did you get when we first saw her piloting her her aircraft. Did you get Darling and the Friends flashback with like how she's posed in there?
Yes.
And they didn't explain until the end.
Because she's basically laying down.
Yeah, like
like if you think about Darling and Frank, they're basically
ass up,
like hold down into
and
the
that wasn't
cockpit.
Explained until like the end.
Yeah. Which was funny. Like, it definitely had that vibe towards that with her aircraft.
Why do you make it sound like it's a bad design?
It's not a bad design, but like...
It's kind of ironic. It was funny.
It is one of those things that they said, don't take this seriously, just fucking go in here and watch. There's all kinds of shit, like the last mech they used, they literally call it Deus Ex Machina. I was like, oh, I saw what you fucking did.
When I heard that, I'm like, you motherfucker.
I saw what you did there. You can't fool me.
Deus Ex Machina. Oh my god, I was losing my shit.
That was funny when
honestly,
I even recognized
when
that.
When it started getting a little fuckery for me is when they the whole cosmic universe thing and they got bigger than the Earth. All that sequence. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I was confused at one point when they were in space. I was like, how the fuck do you get in space, boy?
It's anime.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening? it's like they were sucking out the fire out the earth, and then they put the promare, the actual living being fire, like I guess they put them back on their own dimension. It's like, okay.
The fight did get a little crazy because they're like here, then over here, then
yeah.
Yes,
as you guys said, like the point in space, and it was just like, all right, there's a lot going on.
They used 5 locations max in this whole movie?
Yes.
Because we returned to a lot of places.
Yeah.
In a span of like this 2-hour movie, and I was so confused about that. We went back to the lake like 4 times.
But because it turned.
Well, the lake was important.
It turned out to be an essential thing.
Yeah, it was important. It was like the whole kiss scene for him and the girl that never happened. Senpai, oh, what the fuck? You threw me?
A little bit more important than that, but okay.
Yeah, I know a couple of the people that enjoy Kill la Kill. I want to try to recommend this movie for them. I would say it's definitely a good watch.
Just don't take it serious.
Yeah. The main thing I was confused about that I did, because fuck, I did not take notes, and I still didn't take notes. I did try to watch like a review of it, and somebody said it has like 2 intros to it. I was very confused about that. Did you guys see 2 intros?
Well, like the beginning when they go in for the first time was kind of like an intro,
explaining the whole thing, and then I don't know where the second intro was.
I would have to go back and look at it again.
Yeah.
And rewatch it, because I was thinking about actually going back and rewatching and trying to see if I could pick up anything I missed. So that would have to be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say this movie is definitely a watch. Just don't take it serious. Like, please don't take it serious.
If you buy it, put it in your joke section.
Yeah.
Don't put it like must watch.
It's literally a joke. It's honestly and truly not meant to be taken serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so TV shows.
Well, actually, I got one movie thing. It's kind of news.
What is it?
Space Jam 2. I think he knows.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know.
I was thinking about saying something about it.
You don't know?
Is it about the Lola thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys your business opinion. Since you, Lino, like to be a director.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm trying to get into this field.
Well, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying, would you desexualize a character even though you know that's a big no-no, technically, but that's how you get the views?
Unfortunately.
No.
Have you seen the new Lola?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen all the Looney Tunes new in the design.
I've not seen all of them. I just saw the Lola because I was scrolling through YouTube today.
And I saw an article where they're like, oh, okay, the basketball player with Bugs Bunny, and then they kind of showed everybody else with it a little bit.
Yeah.
I was a little annoyed with Lola because I was like, you completely changed up an entire character altogether.
Yeah.
And I was like,
the only way I found out about this, I was scrolling through YouTube and I found Critical's video, and I'm not saying I'm a Lola fan. Fuck, I'm not saying that's bad either. Damn it. I don't want to piss off like fucking 20 billion fucking people, because you can arguably say Lola started the furry community. Arguably.
Almost. But it's kind of annoying because it's not just Lola Bunny, but it's a lot of people.
Yeah, but like I'm just thinking like the people who, damn, I'm trying to think of the best way because now we got it on fucking YouTube. Actually, if I'm saying fuck it. If people are jerking off to Lola,
there's problems.
I'm not saying it's problems. Like I'm not going to say all people who are furries are problems, because I know quite a bit of them and they're nice people.
I know a couple, and they're really cool, but
like I do feel bad for them because this is like their character, and it's like, fuck. I mean, I don't want them to go in and shit. What's a good character for me? If they go in with Khalifa with Dragon Ball and they just say, hey, yeah, no, we're changing you. You're going to be Cali male. Like, what the fuck, bro? What you changing? Why you changing waifu?
That's like, hey, we're gonna give you a Super Saiyan 4, but because it's more revealing than most, we're gonna have to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Basically, almost make you flat chested and all that. So.
Yeah. So.
To me, no, because I would rather leave Lola because she, in my opinion, going back and watching it when I'm older and kind of understanding that whole scene, she basically made that movie practically.
Yeah.
Besides it being Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan.
I haven't seen all the characters.
I would have to try and go back and look for that article.
I'll look it up, even though I won't be too happy about it, because I am a Daffy fan. I'm scared what they did to my boy.
If I remember right, I think they slimmed him a little bit and he practically looks the same. I think they just slimmed him a little bit because of the animation.
I'll look at it after the podcast at some point.
Yeah, because like everyone looks more 3D than normal and stuff like that.
I do think that they wronged it because the picture I saw off Critical's video was the 96 version and then 2021 version.
Yeah.
And it looks like they rewinded time on that shit. It looks like she's a child, and it's just like, what the fuck, bro?
To me, that's almost worse.
Yeah. Have you seen the comparison?
Yeah, I've seen the comparison because I saw the article and everything.
Yeah.
On Facebook, and to me, if she looks more like a child than an adult, then that's almost kind of worse.
Yeah, I feel like they copy and paste, because Looney Tunes did do a TV show. I don't remember what the fuck they called it. I want to watch it. It feels like they copy and paste that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
But
that's why I want to get out of you guys with
to the TV series, which basically ended Marvel for the time being for 2 weeks. WandaVision.
Final episode. Apparently ever for that show, which
I don't see why there would be a season 2.
Well,
I don't see
this
why
is all
either.
tying into the movie, so this is kind of like setting up. This set up Scarlet Witch, which is a very
risky thing to do to get a TV show along with movies.
Yeah, because DC never done it, and Marvel is here. You're like, I can do it.
Yeah,
let's do it.
They did it, and they had Emperor Mickey behind them. So.
Oh hell, Mickey.
The few buddies of mine who've watched it, there's one guy, a friend of mine, who's been defending this show since episode 1 to 7. Wait, is this 7 or is this 9? 9 to 8. And then he watched this episode. He's like, no, this is terrible. And I'm just like thinking, what?
How was it terrible?
I watched it. I like her design. I like the new witch design. It's awesome.
The only complaint I would get, but the only complaint I would, like, that's just me being nitpicky, and I know it's not movie quality and budget. It was like their fight scene were a little lackluster, especially for both Scarlet and Agatha. Like, it was a little lackluster of a battle, but I know it's not movie quality type of battle, so I'm not gonna be too hard on it.
Yeah.
That would be my only nitpick.
Yeah.
Or the fucking okay, one more, and or the military guy. What's the fucking guy?
The main military guy?
Yeah. His name or like his motives, like like he as soon as everything was going wrong, he would just get on and go, I'll just shoot this fucking kid. That was I'm like, what?
Yeah, that one was kind of like
that was a little weird for me. I'm like, oh, okay. And then as soon as he was random, I'm out. Peace. I'm like, oh, thank you, Darcy. Thank you for starting.
Yeah, it definitely had that feel to it.
That one was a little weird to me. I'm like, what the fuck was the point of that? Yeah, it showed up more of Monica's power and shit, but like,
I feel like that was the whole main purpose, but they did kind of do it like a little crappy.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything else was fun. Like, they finally introduced the Scarlet Witch. She has become the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah. Vision is got his memories back
and disappeared. Out of the blue.
I wish I would know what the fuck they're gonna do with him now, because.
Oh
my god.
Shit. I don't fucking know. Somebody told me that they're hoping they're using this Vision deal to bring back some people from the dead. I don't know how that's possible.
Well, I don't see how that would be remotely possible unless they're to bring them back from the multiverse.
Yeah.
Because I think the only one that I know of that's actually truly came back from the dead was Spider-Man. And that's because Deadpool shot him in the comics. He literally shot Peter Parker and then had death bring him back.
That's another thing I'm disappointed in. Holy fuck, I forgot about Spider-Man.
What is Spider-Man?
You remember... Shit.
Why? What?
When WandaVision first came out, there was that Spanish video of the 3 Spider-Mans for that movie.
Yeah.
Weren't we like speculating that would be like the thing that caused like a theory for all 3 of the Spider-Mans coming together?
Well, for the multiverse, yeah, but like we're actually not going to get the full multiverse until Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Because
that's his whole movie. That's what his movie's based on, is the multiverse.
That was the thing that was only hooking me on. I wanted to see that.
And remember that video, that Spanish video, like it was really like rumor leaked, so it couldn't be really 100% confirmed that it was leaked. I mean, they keep talking about all these.
It's more mentioned than anything else. It's like it's basically a thing, but they won't accept it until it's officially deal.
Well, but with all this that happened, it's basically leading up to Wanda helping out Doctor Strange also. Because she became the Scarlet Witch, because they did mention she is technically stronger than the Sorcerer Supreme, which is Doctor Strange. Mm-hmm. So now we have
at this point
someone that's stronger than Doctor Strange.
At this point, isn't she like the strongest character right now?
Yeah. Well, she's technically the strongest character even
that
in the
we
comics.
know of right now.
In the movies, yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like right now, as of this moment, of all the characters we have,
she's technically the strongest.
Yes.
Even in the comics, she's technically the strongest because of her abilities. Now, did the comics ever go this deep into it? I don't know, because I don't follow Scarlet Witch. I just follow Spider-Man, Star Wars,
comics
and that's it. I just follow Spider-Man.
I should really ask. Technically, he's my Marvel expert. I should ask my Marvel expert on this. Like, I got a guy who reads every fucking comic book known to mankind.
Well, that's great for him, but I'm just going to stick to Spider-Man because I don't have that much time.
I'll get your answer for that. I'll ask him, and he'll be like, "Motherfucker, you should know this." Fucking, I'll set you straight, you DC fanboy fuck. I can see that conversation happening soon.
Yeah. Well, so with me, this one was definitely worth watching. It was great. I didn't. Other than the few things, yes, that I see what everyone's talking about. It wasn't that bad of a episode, and the 2 post credits were actually really cool to see.
Yeah, after all the amount of shit I got for not seeing the last one, I fucking skimmed through that. I was like, okay, how many's in here?
Well, Brian looked at me funny because he was like, "How did you know?" I was like, "The last one had 2, so I kind of had to hunch that this one had 2."
Yeah.
So I went to the very end to where Wanda was in the cabin, all the way out in the middle of nowhere in the woods, and just reading her book
and hearing "Mom."
I was already scared. I'm like, if she's reading that shit.
Yeah.
Just the amount of stuff that she's able to do, because the amount of stuff that Doctor Strange was able to do.
Yeah.
While his body slept and his self-conscious was reading. Just the amount of stuff that he learned within the amount of time from the first movie was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm pretty happy. I can't wait for
what about that
Winter Soldier
scene?
and Falcon. Which one?
The scroll.
Dude, I can't really. I wonder if she's talking about Vision, or not Vision.
She was talking about Nick.
Yeah.
Nick Fury.
Sorry. I
because
was thinking
it
Nick,
was theorized or like kind of confirmed that the last time we saw Nick with all those scrolls, it was like in a space station.
Yeah.
So, it's Nick Fury. What?
Was that really?
Yeah.
Yes. With everything that's been happening, like people kept like coming to the conclusions. Like the last time we saw Nick, like in a vacation clothing, like he was surrounded by those scrolls, and it was like it came to the conclusion that he's in like Spacing because in the comments, Sword origin in the comment they actually do have a space station.
Okay.
So that's probably what's gonna lead up to.
Well, that makes more sense because I was like wondering what the fuck does this mean? Jesus?
Yeah. Well, so March 19th we'll start watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Fuck.
Which is actually going to introduce one of the other big villains to the Avengers.
I'm not looking forward to that one. I like Bucky, and that trailer did not portray him well.
Well, we'll just have to see how it goes.
I'll watch it, but they better do something good with my boy.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yep.
So
we haven't even done anime.
Oh,
holy
fuck.
shit!
Finally to anime.
Yeah. Fuck. Fuck this last part with WandaVision.
What?
WandaVision had the terrible security guards, didn't they? Because, like, remember the Lee took a phone with 2 security guards looking right at him in the beginning.
Irrelevant.
I was trying to remember the scene,
Yeah.
but it's not clicking for some reason.
It was at the end of the end. It was irrelevant. It didn't even matter.
Yeah.
So we can move on.
But then, like, we got to see the kids with powers and stuff, so
Yeah.
which was pretty cool to see. So, to anime finally.
Jesus.
I'm going to hurry up and get Jujutsu Kaisen out of the way.
Yeah, do that.
So with this episode, there wasn't really much going on. We got like some information on why the group was there for the at the high school.
Mm-hmm.
They basically stole 6 fingers to the main villain, and then they stole 3 parts of an artifact. All I got was the name. I don't remember the name. I wish I wrote it down, but they stole 3 of those, and then they're basically like coming up with like a new plan, but they're kind of like relaxing for a moment to kind of like regain their strength and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then besides that, all the teachers were talking between each other, basically like trying to figure out, should we tell everybody else, should we tell the students, this, that, and the other, coming down to the agreement that we shouldn't really be telling anybody until we actually are for certain of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the teachers and the old dude that watches over the school, the old guy is still in the aspect of kind of like the rules of the school where they shouldn't allow the main character to survive because he has the demon part of him. It's like, it's not the rules of jiu-jitsu, this, that, and the other, we should kill him, blah, 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 blah. And then the other teacher's like, well, since he's done more good than evil, shouldn't we watch him and just let him be for the time being, kind of thing?
Fuck him.
And he kind of agreed with him a little bit, but not really. He still kind of stands by his whole thing. And then all the students are kind of talking this and the other because everyone's kind of almost back to full health after all the fighting.
Are we still? Where are you?
With jiu-jitsu.
But then, what about this baseball episode that you mentioned?
I was about to get to it.
Oh.
Yeah, so everyone, basically like midway in, everyone's playing baseball. Because technically it's still a high school, and they have enough people there to have 2 teams.
I forget, where is Jujutsu Kaisen? Is it in Tokyo?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's still
makes
technically Tokyo, but it's a small group, but it's a small enough group to where they could split the teams in half. To still have full coverage out in the outfield and pitchers and catchers and all that, and then your batting team and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So they start playing baseball, and it's just, you can imagine anime baseball basically.
Yeah.
Especially with people that can use like abilities and shit like that. It gets out of hand basically.
I still remember Dragon Ball.
That's all I'm thinking of right now. I'm just thinking of like some fucking asshole shooting the ball and then literally shooting it.
No, okay, so the higher class, because their robot got destroyed and the body was still being remade, he was basically made into a, I don't know the actual name to the machines, but the machine that shoots out the baseballs.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like the,
I just call it a pitcher.
Yeah, the pitcher basically. They made him into one, so they're like, what's this? This is practically cheating because you're using a machine instead of an actual pitcher. So that whole thing happens, but
That's how you train, fucker.
basically, but all that happened, and it was like a good like little cool off episode.
After the little clapping deal.
Yeah, that was just majestic and weird because the faces he made, I just couldn't take that part serious. To be
I've been
completely
seeing
honest.
memes of that all fucking week. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
All that shit.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But that's really about it on Jujutsu Kaisen because there wasn't really much after that.
Yeah. What's next on the anime list, my guy? No Ruby this week because VRV. And
yeah. So we'll have to try and watch that on something else and then talk about it next week. Batgirl. Go ahead and get that done.
Yeah, that wasn't really much, honestly, this week.
What?
Those are fighting words.
They are. Fuck.
Nothing much happened. Shit, I mean, the villager were in prison. Fucking the reveal about the doctor being brought in sister to the commander.
The doctor was the only thing for me, honestly.
Well, like, what kind of got me, like, it not got me, but the queen actually knowing about the split personality and how she can't control it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I actually would have preferred much more if the doctor was the brother to the princess.
To the princess?
Yes.
I think that would have had a little bit more of a conflict than the
In
commander.
my opinion, I would have preferred if the doctor was the sibling to this princess. And there would have been a bit more, to me, it would make a bit more sense that he caused the split personality and why he ran away.
Even though he did cause the split personality.
Yeah, but he wasn't the princess's brother. But in my opinion, I think I would have liked to have seen it better if they were siblings instead of the Prax and the Doctor. That's just me, though. I think it would have been way more sense. But
I felt like this was just a lot of short explanations because they didn't dive too deep, but they did dive a lot into like how she got the split personality, what happened, the reason why the sister has her hair like a man, which I don't fully remember that whole explanation. I think it was just something about the princess.
Yeah, it was basically she basically took over her brother's position, and because I guess technically commanders are supposed to be males, she basically cut her hair.
Even though they all know she's a girl.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's basically the general gist, without trying to go into too much detail.
Okay.
But besides all that, then it's like the kingdom's also in war, and then like as...
Well, not yet. They have a day and a half.
Well, they have a day and a half to make it...
What do you guys think of the fucking emperor and what he's able to do?
Dude.
That insane power.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes.
That was just like... Oh my god. I thought he was actually going to transform into a mech and just like completely rape the dude, but
I actually like the old people characters that they don't look strong, but at one split second they're like
the inspirational fighters.
And like one of the most powerful. It's like, of course you are.
I'll be disappointed to tell you the truth if they changed their name. Are they Screw Attack now? The people who do death battles?
Yeah, it's always been Screw Attack.
I swear there was something else. Oh,
Rooster
Teeth took him
Rooster
over.
Teeth's part of it now, but it's always been Screw Attack.
Yeah, I want to see a death battle with that old man and Master Roshi.
Dude, actually, towards Death Battle, their first fight's going to be Yoda and who?
I saw the
Mickey.
Yoda trailer.
Yoda and Mickey.
King
Mickey from
Oh.
Kingdom Hearts.
I thought you were going from Kingdom Hearts. It's the same thing. I thought you were talking about Emperor Mickey. What the fuck is he going to do?
No, it's Keyblade Mickey.
Okay.
Keyblade. But besides all like
you say Yoda's gonna beat him. I'm like, I don't know, man.
I think it's gonna be Yoda.
I don't know too much about Keyblade Yoda. You guys are gonna have to explain that to me.
No,
Yeah,
Yoda
the
or
Keyblade-
Keyblade Mickey.
The Keyblade can do a lot of shit, man. You know this.
So it's either Mickey or Yoda. I'm thinking Yoda.
I know Yoda is all powerful.
God, Emperor Mickey.
I know Yoda is all powerful and all, but to me, it still feels like we don't really know.
If Yoda
much
was more powerful, he couldn't have taken down Sidious.
Yeah. And I know he's supposed to be like, all wise and knowing, but like I feel like to this day I still don't really know much about Yoda at the end of the day.
He's just a fucking Riddler. He's going to give you a riddle.
Unless
you have
there's
to think
comics about him.
I guarantee there's comics.
I think it's coming in with the whole High Republican, or not High Republic. Sorry,
It is
the High.
It is the High Republic.
Okay, because High Republic.
You just said Republican.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's the part I was confused.
High
about.
Republic.
Like, what the fuck?
Sorry, High Republic. I think he's going to come into the High Republic, and it's going to be like his younger ages.
Yeah.
Because by the time it hits, episode 1 and 2, he's technically like 800 or somewhere around there.
He's somewhere between there to like close to 900.
Yeah, so like if we see Yoda in this, it's gonna be his like beginning years of being a Jedi.
Yeah.
So there's a chance.
Anyway, back arrow. The Emperor declares war. The princess, she's like, "Oh, bring it on, bitch!"
Yeah, basically like midway when she's like trying to deny it, her split personality kicks in. And she's like,
and other
"Bring
people
it!"
Know about it now, and the commander's like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
Does that mean Prax has to kill? She can't say it's like everyone who knows the secret must die.
That's true.
Yeah. Now everyone knows.
Do they all must die?
I guess.
Honestly, seeing the princess and 2 of her lieutenants, I'm honestly getting like an Alice in Wonderland vibe off them.
Yeah.
Nah.
Kinda.
I am. It's mostly how the 2 lieutenants are dressed. Not the commander, but the 2 lieutenants. When I see them, I think of like the main card guys that they got to fight. Like, you're going to pull out a bunch of card soldiers.
Why? Now I'm never going to get that in my head. So the next one,
Skate.
Yeah, we're in Funimation. Fucking Skate.
Yeah, we need to talk about Skate next.
Snow won.
Snow did win.
One of you said Joe was going to win.
Yeah, this guy.
You did?
You have no faith on the main protagonist?
Okay, so with the way...
So what's up? You don't like the Canadian, eh?
No, it wasn't that. So, at first, yes, I did think Snow was going to win. And then watching this episode and the way Joe started skateboarding, I was like, oh shit, Joe's probably going to win.
But you know plot convenience,
Because of plot convenience, yes. But... Come on now.
It was Joe's muscles that won him over when he did that whole Vulcan deal.
The plank.
Like, yeah, the plank. Like, oh, that muscles. You were like, yes, Joe's gonna win.
Does Joe turn
that was
you
the
on?
exact moment you said,
Does
Joe.
Joe turn you on?
Hell no. Does
Are
Adam
you
turn
sure?
you on?
That was the exact moment you were like, Joe's gonna win. When he did that shit, you were like...
Because he like started like going all out.
Because he's fucking planking? And he started buffing up his muscles. You were like, Joe's gonna win.
Fuck, like, Snow was like, alright, I accept loss. And then fucking Ricky comes out of nowhere. Power friendship.
Yeah,
like,
nothing could beat the power of friendship. You could have all the muscles in the world. The strongest man alive right now. I don't remember his name. I've been watching his YouTube videos a lot lately. I don't know why they're entertaining me. He can lose to the power of friendship. And I said that now he's going to want to fight me. Fuck. Dude could probably fucking yeet me from here to fucking China.
Probably.
I don't know how much we can support you. How much do you believe in?
I've seen this dude pull 18-wheelers that nothing you guys can do can save me. I'm 90% sure if I shoot him, he's just going to be like the Hulk. Bullets are going to bounce off him. He's just going to be like, thanks for the massage, bro. Like, fuck.
You're on your own.
So yeah, Snow using that insane shortcut, fucking beat out Joe, and using his power to launch himself off from that fucking steel beam, which is amazing. Well, snapped his board.
Yeah, he did snap his board at the end of that race.
The precious board of friendship. The friendship was too much for the board.
And then the next race was Adam and Cherry.
You were fucking furious with that.
The ending was bullshit.
You just can't accept that, that's just the way it is, man. There are no fucking
rules. Adam took full advantage of the no rules in his tournament.
Fucking Shadow in the very beginning should have been giving the explanation of what kind of fucking skating is this shit.
Somebody should have said, Shadow, hey, no lasers, no firecrackers. No, fucking Adam's like, if Shadow going to do this shit in my tournament, fuck it, somebody getting head smacked.
Now, was it brutal? Fucking yes, it was brutal. He fucking smacked him with a fucking skateboard. Like, he was going like, what, like, what's the average, like, skater speeds downhill? Like,
oh, shit.
Like 40, 50 miles per hour?
Probably.
They were using their fast boards, and they were going a little too fast.
But yeah, at that speed, fucking smacked him right in the fucking face.
Well, like, before we got to that, it was like,
you could tell
Adam had no love. It was just like straight business all the way through.
When he did the love hug, he was frowning on that. He was just, his heart was not in it.
Yeah, but like when he also did it, Cherry was just like, nope. But at the same time, he had the help of his AI.
Well, at that point, no, Adam he's just a nuisance to him. He just wants to get rid of him. He's like, all right, you know, whatever.
You're not my Eve anymore. Which we did get to see the backstory of Cherry being Adam's Eve.
Yeah, because we really didn't know what was going on between the whole group besides like the little background that we got. And then we get this whole thing, and then towards the end of that race, when it was about to end, Adam just goes completely love hug one more time, dances.
That wasn't love hug. That was just straight off fucking.
He love hugged him with his fucking board.
Yeah, like basically love hug with his board straight to the face because he did a love hug. He did the dance. Then he turned. And then as soon as he turned, he grabs his board, fucking ninja runs, and then just hits him straight.
That motherfucker, if he was not holding the board, he would have done like a fucking Naruto style.
I'm surprised Jerry was still fucking conscious.
I know. He was just like, what the fuck?
If Jerry did not have the
look
mask
on his face of horror.
If Jerry did not have the mask on, we wouldn't have seen teeth flying.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure technically, because it's an anime, we're not going to see it, but I'm pretty sure out of all reality, teeth would have been flying.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Renki gave up his S pen.
He did.
Yeah.
At that point, he's given up. Like, he thought he could support Long Gone, but he's like, nah, man, even this doesn't feel good, man. I want to skate by you. This bullshit.
Yeah.
And he just leaves.
Yeah.
Which that's kind of shitty. He can't be happy for his friend.
Yeah, which it gets pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it comes down to, in his defense, I mean, you know, he feels really...
Frankie was the master of skateboard. Now he's just the...
It just comes down to, like, no, in his defense, you know, like, he, like, what makes him special. Like, there's just nothing special about Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when Ricky said something, then Snow was like, I had that feeling again.
Yeah.
And then like all that, so I don't know. It's definitely getting good though.
Next competition, I think we're going to see what's his name, Maya?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
probably Maya versus Snake. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be because Snake set the new world record for S, and then we got this brilliant kid that's really good at snowboarding or skateboarding. Mm-hmm. I don't even know why I said snow. So, I can't wait for the next episode to see what happens.
1 week. Yep.
I hate this week bullshit.
What's next?
Come on, we gotta speed it up, man. It's already like 9 weeks.
Yeah. You gonna pick one or should
I? Both for you. We're still on Funimation.
Both for you. We could go with that.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, we find out that they're in 17th place.
Yeah.
Throughout everyone that's still in the event.
Still not enough.
I will say this: if any one of you motherfuckers do this bullshit with that little magic dude, with the puzzle guy basically did, and he said, "I'm gonna go get some orders myself. I'm not going to play defense." I will fucking rip your head off. If either one of you two did that, like you have your orders. We have the team set up for a reason. You're set to stay in the cave to be this type of role of backup, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do my other thing. I'm gonna rip your fucking head off if you ever do that
like,
with me."
Could you really blame him? Like, he was getting bored.
He's bored on the first day. What is he gonna do for the next 6?
Wait a minute. It's a she.
Okay, well, she.
Yeah,
she got bored. Wait, can you really blame her?
Man.
I just said she.
You just said he.
Okay, well, she got bored. Can you really blame her?
I don't blame her, but it's just like, know your role. You can switch it up. You have 6 days. One day you play defense, then you attack. Boom, boom.
Oh, true.
And at one point, it was just like, okay, the other 3 did a good thing. They went out, they played even more defense, setting up traps because they know eventually they're gonna get hit. I respect that. The girl who went off and did her own thing only came back with like a fraction of the orbs. You did nothing.
Yeah.
You left the twins, and the twins died. Now the twins have like 1 less life, which I think, if I remember right from the last episode, they only have 3 lives in total.
No, that was their first death.
Yeah, they die for the first time, but they have 1 less.
They have
extra
4 more lives.
They have 4?
5 lives altogether.
Okay. Yeah. And they lose their they lose something. I forgot.
They lose like 10% of the stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you basically become weaker as you die.
Yeah.
What do you think of the face reveal of the Holy Sword?
He's an attractive
Another pretty
man.
boy.
Well, of course he was.
He was just another pretty boy.
Yeah. He basically also said, I still don't give a fuck about the rest of the clans. All I care about is Maple Tree. I fear that one.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
Because as soon as Sally revealed why she was doing that whole shit by herself, she was fucking mapping the entire fucking event. Like, location on every guild and where they are. As soon as she said, all right, you guys go. And Maple started going in.
Yeah.
That was just funny.
They have no chance, all those other side guilds. Like, they have no fucking chance.
Did you guys want to throw a rock at the rogue dude who stabbed the little turtle? I wanted to throw something, and I was like, you motherfucker, you threw a knife at the goddamn turtle. You son of a bitch.
That was funny.
Oh, I knew he was fine because he was protected by Maple's guardian angel.
Yeah, but like he still fucking stabbed the turtle. You bastard.
Yeah. And he died anyway. Whatever.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the other 3 that we watch on Funimation? Or wait until next week?
Well, he's gonna watch them, so yeah, we'll just wait for next week.
Okay.
Watch what?
We watched 3 other animes that we were talking about.
That you guys...
3?
There's 3.
Oh yeah, the Cautious Hero, that's right.
Yeah.
I already watched Cautious Hero.
The whole thing?
Cautious Hero?
The overpowered hero who's overly cautious.
Yeah, I watched it.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
God damn, boy. All right, now we got.
Well, we only watched the first episode, so
I watched all of it. I will tell you, because I know how you are with intros. At some point, watch the intro.
Oh, I did.
Oh, you did?
yeah, we watched the first one.
Yeah, that's
I like the opening.
Woo!
The first episode, like, I guess since he's already watched it, the first episode for Caution Hero, since that's what we watched, it was funny. Because it was funny to see the girl drooling over the male instead of the male drooling over the girl.
Nah, bro, gotta work on my quads.
Yeah. She's like, come on, let's go to the other world. He's like, no, I gotta train. Time to work on the quads.
Yeah.
It's just like, bro.
Yeah,
He was level 1, and then after a week of training, he was level 15. It's like, dude.
Mm-hmm. That's a great anime.
No, the highlight of the fucking episode was the overcoat with the...
Yeah,
that was that the episode where she was just like trying to get past his fake skill ability, and she did like this eye bullshit.
No, it was
the very first one where she was like, all right, here's the first monster, which was like a slime.
Oh.
And he kept overusing his 2 abilities, and she's like, I think he's dead. He's like, no, I gotta make sure.
He can regenerate. That was like the most demonic fucking look on his face. We gotta destroy him.
I was just like, dude, it's dead. She even was like, I think you got it.
I will say you guys will definitely enjoy that. That is, in my opinion, a 9 out of 10 anime. The only reason why I don't give it a 10, you'll see it later on, but I won't spoil it.
Well, even the first person that they fight, or the first person that shows up,
the goat lady.
Yeah, she was just like, the views that they kept giving her to show her off.
It's a fucking anime.
Well, it's an anime, but it was just kind of like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know exactly what.
You know, you'll see when you get to like, I think it's like episode 6 with the intro. You're gonna see some jiggling physics in there, in that intro.
Well then, shit, Lionel, we just have to watch the whole thing at that point.
Yeah.
If he's going to go on and watch the whole damn thing.
I watched the whole thing like months ago.
But we never even discussed about you turning on the show.
You never told me you were going to watch it.
We'll watch it.
Yeah.
We'll watch it.
But then there was like the sneak peek you just watched while you were here.
Yeah.
Those were also done anime. They already picked my instinct. But we're talking about.
We can talk about those when you watch the first episodes.
Yeah.
So the next one, the quintuplets.
You really do not like that word, do you?
I can't say it. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, it's the enjoyments of dyslexia. So that one. Everyone had to get jobs. Because the older sister was finally like, I'm not paying all the bills.
Yeah. They also started college, right? Am I thinking right on that?
No, their senior year.
The senior year, yeah.
30 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like senior.
And they all end up in the same class. Ha ha!
Yeah, and everybody has like the most usual fucking reaction with basically twins, essentially.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, you gotta tell me who you are.
Yeah. How can we tell you apart? I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Just look at their fucking hair. They'll give you that giveaway.
Yeah.
Or their accessories.
Yeah. So besides that, 2 of the sisters tried to work at the same restaurant, which didn't work out.
One of them horribly was never gonna get in there.
No. So she decided to go work for the bakery across the street.
Which I'm surprised
instead.
she still got the job.
Yeah.
Poor little Miku.
Yeah.
Your little Miku, apparently.
Yeah. The person I still to this day say is the winner
and
wife.
Yet Nino is the one still making more progress than all of them.
Nino confessed first.
Yes.
But the only reason why Nino is farther ahead is because Miku is trying to be what he wants.
Yes, but now Nino is working with him.
Which ain't doing shit.
He already started blushing with her around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and
Miku's actually trying.
Well, yeah, but even she said, finally was like, I love you, like, which basically made that whole thing awkward.
Yeah.
So... But
I still say it's Miku.
The whole argument between her and her sister was just even funny because she was just like, well, he's basically seen me nude, so it was just like, why
there
would
ain't
you even...
shit to see.
It's not like there's much to see. Oof.
Just like that. You sent me.
Honestly, I feel bad for Ichika of all of them.
Yeah.
She's the one struggling the most. Even though she's like...
She did do an evil
she's struggling
fucking
the
thing.
most in terms of the love, but even though she's kind of like the most successful, like she's got the highest grades and like, you know, career-wise, she's doing better than all of them. And yet she's the one struggling the most with the whole fucking the love.
Yeah, because even she was like, let's skip school. She's like, hell no.
Woman, do you even know who I am?
She also used the evil twin method.
Yeah, right.
At the end.
Yeah. Well, because she's an actor, she kind of has to hide sometimes. So.
Well, she has to hide, but she did do the evil
honestly,
twin.
I'm just more disappointed in Futaro. He keeps claiming he's like, oh, I can tell you apart now, and then he still can't fucking tell.
Yeah.
He's clueless or useless.
Yeah. And apparently they're planning his birthday.
Yeah.
Which I am very curious what they're going to do for him since they asked for 5 things he wished he had, and he said the most weirdest things to get for a birthday.
Yeah, we're not going to go into that because that was just like really weird and awkward.
Yeah.
So the next one is Baruto.
Finally.
Finally towards what?
I watched
him waking up, or you catching up finally?
I was ahead of you guys.
Oh, only by 1. Shut up.
I win.
Mr. Overachiever. You heard me?
Don't be mad. Don't be mad because I proved I was a bigger fan. For a week.
For a week. So the vessel finally woke up.
He has a name.
God damn it, Lino.
You can barely say his name. What makes you? What expects you to expect me to actually say it? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to say that.
Well, then too bad.
He's going to be the vessel.
You gotta start learning it, bitch.
No.
I say start learning his name when people call him his actual name instead of the vessel, because that's all we hear from Kara.
Well, for most of them, and they still call him the vessel.
Yeah.
And then we kind of got a little bit of a background from him.
Yeah.
Sold off.
Yeah, I don't want to really get into that. Sold off from his dad. I really don't like it. Let's just move on from that. I don't want to think about it.
And then
got to see his transformation. He did that whole hand thing.
Yeah. Dude, fucking red laser. Practically a red laser. What he did to the older guy.
Oh, that, yeah.
Fucked up my chin.
Dude, practically blew it off.
Yeah.
And then when he finally shows up again, like, we get to see him towards the end of the episode, he's like practically almost all robotic because of it, so.
Yep.
It's definitely going to be interesting because he even noticed the mark on Baruto.
The karma?
Yeah. And he's kind of like, holy hell, you have it.
I'm starting to get the feeling that they're both sides of the same coin. Like, literally. I
wouldn't doubt it because they are on opposite hands. Mm-hmm. So and
the opening already kind of like spoiled that too. The opening.
Yeah.
Intro.
Yeah, with that intro. Which aren't we due for like another intro? Because they usually pull that shit every couple of episodes, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like every 8 to 10 episodes here.
Yeah,
really,
so it's going to change soon. We had the AO arc, now a whole new opening. Let's spoil something else. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that was really about it because like we got to see them, we got to see the backstory, and then the guy that he severely messed up shows back up. So we'll kind of have to see what happens on the next episode because this one was just kind of information and kind of filling in blanks.
Yeah.
So overall, it was actually a pretty good episode, though. So, next one, Digimon. Just to hurry up and get this one done and over with. Since this was just a quick episode. It really was.
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, besides the whole backstory with Matt and Gabumon, I didn't really care too much about it.
Yeah, like, Joe finally met up with Matt. Matt was even like, I need your help. And Joe was kind of like geeking out about it because he was like, oh my god, you need my help. It was just funny. We did get to see 3 new Digimon. We got to see Saurodramon. I think it was what it was called. It was basically a salamander.
I only remember
on fire.
Yeah, Salamandmon and Mephismon.
Mephismon was the goat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like basically like your dark religious dark goat that sacrifices. His design was actually pretty cool. And then we got to see like an electric Digimon that was used part of the sacrifice. For
we gotta have
Millennialmon.
Yeah.
So he was basically feeding the Digimon to the crystal. When he started getting towards Gurumon, that's when everything kind of like started picking up a little bit. Because
we were hoping it would get to Metal Gurumon.
Because the way it was titled, we thought it would finally get to Metal Gurumon.
You get teased.
Yep.
I mean, we didn't really get teased.
Well, like
we got teased with Izzy and his with Hercules.
Hercules Katuterimon. No, so in the movies, we finally get to see everyone's Mega Evolution.
Yeah.
Kind of off topic for a second. We finally get to see everyone's Mega Evolution, and Izzy's Mega Evolution, or his Digimon, is Hercules Kabuterimon. And all that's really different about it, besides the horn, is that he goes from red to gold.
And bigger.
And he gets a little bit bigger.
Okay.
It was just like, why? I was expecting almost a whole different design.
That was the only one that got teased so far, but with Garurumon, it wasn't really much of a tease. But the game's back together, all right?
The game's back together now. So, and then Joe used Pi as a chant. Because the evil Digimon was chanting to sacrifice Garurumon, and Joe literally started using Pi.
First of all, it started like with just like using his books for knowledge. Like he just kept blabbing out random science and shit, and then it came down to like the pi numbers. Like, what the fuck is going on? And now they worship him. It's like, okay.
it was funny.
Okay.
But yeah, everyone's back together now. So we'll probably finally start speeding up. But Metal Garurumon was a little teats because when War Greymon was fighting, the spin on his Digivice got faster. But instead of Digivolving, it basically overpowered or boosted his power.
Did you say Where Greymon?
Where Garurumon.
That's right, yeah, Where it's weird something because they all kind of sound the same.
The basic name is the same, but they always add something to it, like Greymon, Metal Greymon, War Greymon, Garurumon, Where Garurumon, and then Metal Greymon or Metal Garurumon.
What the fuck?
They both start with the G. Fuck off. Okay.
No, it's just a bunch of fucking tongue twisters. Moving on.
Yeah. But yeah, that episode was just basically getting everyone back together. Last one's Attack on Titan.
Finally, it's picking up. It's been so slow. Ever since the attack, it's been so slow, but now it's.
Well, you know how it is.
Well,
you know,
we gotta get
politics,
information, politics, and all that.
You know how it is. You know, we got the big action episode, and then we gotta slow it down, and then it starts picking back up.
Fuck, they slowed down.
It's literally like a roller coaster.
I'm disappointed we don't see how Aaron escaped.
I'm a little disappointed
he already
that,
said
but
he could escape at any time with his new.
I want to see how he did it.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to get to see it at some point.
I think it's irrelevant. He's out.
Yeah.
That is true. He did the whole trailer thing where like he fucking whipped on a coat.
Yeah, well, like...
Which is like, from what I've seen on the internet, you know, they compared it to like manga and like the trailer. Like it's a very famous scene.
It's a power move.
Yes.
Well, fuck, he has a small army now.
Well, no, I'm talking about him putting on the coat.
Like how he put on the coat. Like finally we got to see the one thing we saw like in every fucking trailer.
Yeah. Well, it's like he has a small army now. Everyone's kind of disoriented at the moment.
I was surprised Elena was a girl.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
They never really mentioned it until then.
Well, like we know.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this now. We've known for a while this person's been in love with a Beast Titan.
Well, yeah, but
like there could have been any number of reasons. I honestly thought it was because like they wanted to be the next person for the Titan. I honestly thought that, but that just swings a whole different thing for me.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it was funny.
Yeah. Because
me and Ghost were just kind of like, what? Like, hold the phone.
Yeah. Is this also the episode where Hitch finally appears after like?
Yeah, she was there with Armin talking to Annie.
Yeah,
And then he came a lame excuse why he keeps talking to her.
Mm-hmm. The one dude, I think they call him the Premier. He's dead.
Zachary? Yeah.
Yeah.
That caught me by surprise. Fuck me. Actually, did caught me by surprise.
Yeah, now there's a whole organization working for Aaron in the walls.
Yeah. And then Misaka basically Mikasa basically telling the lady that came for her basically to screw off.
You ain't my Aaron.
You're not here for me, you're here for the resources.
But she was super cool and she was like, every nation goes through this rebellious thing. It's not untrue.
Yeah.
Well, not completely.
Yeah.
But it's like you're here because you know I'm alive, and then you want me to come back, kind of thing. So,
shit. I just had it in my head and I lost it. Ah, fuck it.
I was surprised to see freaking Peak there already.
like at the end we see Peak. So
hopefully they show how they got there so fast, because I'm like, how in the fuck did you fuckers get here so fast?
Yeah.
It's not like that much time has happened between the attack on Marley and what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
and then their whole meeting that they had.
Saying just surrender.
Yeah. That was really.
Are we at the mid-season finale of this?
I think so.
Because, like, I was thinking when I was watching this, when I saw episode 12, I was thinking Attack on Titan's always had, like, 24 episodes, I think. First season was, like, 36.
Well, I think, and it keeps just coming back to, I keep seeing online that there's confirmed 16 episodes, or 17. So, I don't know. I don't know if they're even getting close to the end of the manga, or if they're way, or they're going to have to start skipping chapters or something. I don't know.
Which we already know they're doing.
Which they're basically just doing their own thing since the manga's not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
Unless they know how the manga ends, they just haven't printed it out yet.
Yeah.
Peck is inside the walls.
Yeah. So, be kind of interesting to see how that goes.
I just said that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
I literally just said I was surprised to see Peak.
Peak? What the fuck?
Her name is Peak.
Boy, you gotta watch English. They call her Peck.
I just call her Peak.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how that whole thing goes.
Yeah.
Any news about Halo this week?
Yes.
Just real quick.
As far as what I know, Infinite, there's no news today.
Yeah.
Because they focus more on the MCC Season 6 deal. There was a live stream. I watched it. Wasn't really anything new. They were just showing off how the custom games browser works. No, the armor that was in the files didn't get leaked any further. They're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for Halo. Even though they promise this every week for Infinite, there might have been a blog post I overlooked, but I have to look again.
Yeah.
It's just mostly so hard to find Infinite news when a new season comes out for MCC.
Yeah.
Because, like, they got to balance between the two for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, which is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Since they still have two games technically going, so.
And they're still dealing with Halo 5 because they still want people to reach 152. They're still pumping out stuff for that.
Yeah, I haven't played that since the 4th month it came out.
Yeah.
I played a little bit. I was like, I can't do it. I played the campaign, and that was it.
Yeah. The only other gaming news I got is Call of Duty Samantha Maxis came out.
Oh, her character?
Uh-huh. And she was a big problem.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, about the invisibility glitch.
Yeah.
Or
I don't doubt it.
Invincible glitch where you don't even get hurt.
Yeah, it would only happen in Warzone, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't doubt it, because...
Although I'm happy
seems
she's
like
finally out.
Oh, pretty sure you like her, so.
Yeah. I talked to Ghostblade into buying it, and he's not happy about it, but he got her.
I only bought it just for the weapon skin.
Yeah, he wanted to get all the ultras, and I haven't even seen it yet. I saw a post about it having an ultra skin. I was like, Ghost, it's got a ultra skin. It's like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. That's basically what he did. He did the Mori meme. You son of a bitch, I'm in. I don't want it, but I'll do it.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's all I got, honestly.
And then, the review of Alien Fireteam.
That's right. I sent you. You never said anything about it. I sent you the gameplay.
I completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
Alien Fireware.
Alien Fireteam, the 3-person game, which I could not sit through the whole video, even though I sent you the whole video.
The alien one that's basically like Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, it's
Okay, yeah, he showed me the trailer.
Yeah,
it looks pretty good.
I have to send you the gameplay, but I sent him. It's confirmed a 3-man fire team with skills, and fuck, that was dreadful to watch.
Well, like, just Ghost showed me the trailer, and it actually looks really fun. Like, I'm willing to give it a try.
Yeah, I'll send you the gameplay. Don't worry.
The only thing I remember for today was a shitload of Dragon Ball game updates. So almost all anything Dragon Ball games related, like they all got like an announcement or news or update today, and they revealed the last season 3 of Dragon Ball FighterZ DLC character Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
Haven't we known that?
Yes, but they showed his showcase.
Oh, they actually showed it?
Yeah, they showed a 30-minute showcase gameplay of what he does and everything.
30 fucking minutes?
Yes, they showed off a lot. He already, the craziest thing about him so far, you guys gotta see it, he has an insta-kill move.
Oh, of course he does.
It's a bit of a setup though, like you have to set it up for that.
Oh, okay. Please tell me he does bluff Kamehameha.
Yes.
Okay. Sold. Even though I don't play it anymore, sold.
Yeah, he does have bluff coming, man. But for the insta kill, it's kind of a setup because you know how Gohan has that level up system.
Yeah.
Well, he has something similar, but it doesn't cost a meter. It actually gives him just a bit of meter, and he goes from level 1 to 7. If you can get to level 7 on his level up system, and then you do his level 3, which is Big Bang Kamehameha, and it looks amazing. Insta-kill. Even if you do it from a combo, if you can get any hit and then still do it, still insta-kill. There's nothing you can do about it to save yourself.
Did they announce another season for that game?
No.
No? Okay.
Which probably means something's new's about to come out, so.
They can, at this point, it can either be a new season for it, or they'll start working on a sequel. Still not known.
If they do another season, they better put in Charlotte. I'm just saying because they've officially.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people would like to see Charlotte.
Because they've officially taken all 3 forms of Android 21 into Dragon Ball Legends.
Yes, they did.
Which you don't play anymore.
No, I don't.
I still do, but.
I don't know what you want from me. I showed you to something wonderful. You're playing it. All right, good for you.
Yeah.
All right, now leave me alone about it.
Never. Well, aren't we due for one more DLC for Kakarot?
There was an announcement for Kakarot, but I only saw the Gogeta game. I didn't know. I didn't see the full video of every announcement or news.
Well, I'll look into that.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna end it here after another 2-hour deal because we did that movie marathon.
Yeah.
So
well, we did promise more movies compared to last week.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't explain that movie marathon well, but we tried.
Well, we explained 7 movies.
Yeah, we explained 7 movies. We basically explained the general outcome of those movies, but if you haven't watched them, it's definitely worth watching, but probably break it up. Don't do what me and Ghost did and watched it all in one day because it was really brutal towards the end.
It was fun to watch, though. I mean, at the end of the day, it was fun to watch.
I was honestly wondering where you two were the other day. I was like, man, I got to play Call of Duty by myself. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, sorry. We did a movie marathon without you, man.
I know, you dicks.
You're fine. You're already way ahead of me at this point.
With what?
With Call of Duty.
No.
Yes, you are. You have way more skills than me. You're at tier 5 at this point.
At that?
Yes, you do.
Kind of.
Yeah, exactly. You're already ahead.
I only have perks and ammo mods.
And at the season pass, you're tier 80 at this point?
No.
You're close to it.
No.
Where are you?
71.
Oh my god, that's practically still 80. I'm like a fucking 50.
Shit, I'm not even past 10 yet.
Well, that's you. I said fuck it. I know I'm going to play the fuck out of this season of Call of Duty because I want the level 200 reward. And then I was like, I'm going to do the 20 tiers. I did that. He did the 10 tiers, right?
No, it's only 20 tiers. It's only 20 tiers.
I know. I'm asking you, did you buy the 20 tiers or did you just buy the regular? Okay. What the fuck? You bought 20 tiers with me and you're still behind?
I haven't been playing as much as you.
That's true.
My God.
Well, that's because I'm trying to get Dark Ether.
Yeah, that's you. You
God.
want to spend all your time with all those weapons with Dark Ether.
Only y'all two.
The fuck does that mean?
What the fuck does that mean?
All for skin.
Yeah. I won't go through the same PTSD as I did with Black Ops 4.
Fuck, I don't even want to go back to Black Ops 4. God.
Oh, God, that outlaw. Still not done. That's my only gun. I don't have dark matter.
Would you ever consider going?
I'm on PC now. That game can fuck off.
Oh yeah, you can't fucking get that shit back.
If I go back to my Xbox, I can, but no. I've been blessed with
Y'all
PC
were
graphics.
fucking Master Prestige.
We were Master Prestige by like what, the first 5 months?
No, first like 2 months.
Y'all
Two.
are pathetic, yes.
That's right.
Yeah, it was like the first 2
Y'all
months.
were sad.
I don't.
How do you feel about your life now?
That's true. I forgot about that.
We
were Master
now.
Prestiges before the first DLC map came out, and we were so hyped for that.
How do you feel about yourself?
Proud.
Yeah.
I feel proud. We weren't like the top 1,000 of Master Prestiges. There were fucking races for that at that time, but like we were definitely in the top 50,000 at the time. And honestly, what helped boost me up a lot was the weapon camos.
Yeah.
I just play regularly.
Yeah.
And I still beat him.
You beat me because of that fucking outlaw. That stupid goddamn fucking sniper. Which is still not done. Son of a bitch.
That game will ever sit at 99.1.
Yes. Just end the fucking stream. I'm gonna cry.
But as always, to my left.
I'm Wickley's Death.
To my other left.
I'm Ghostblade.
And I'm Liono. Watch us on YouTube and Facebook. And stay nerdy.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.